For the second year in a row, Chinese phone maker Xiaomi has produced a device that takes the word phablet to another level. Much like its predecessor, the recently released Mi Max 2 employs a massive 6.44-inch screen, but also packs improvements in several key areas. Compared to the first iteration, there's a big improvement in terms of build quality. This year's model is larger and heavier, but it also feels more premium and comfortable to hold thanks to its all-metal body and rounded edges. The fingerprint scanner is fast and reliable, and we're happy to say that Xiaomi has included a Type-C USB port this time around. Overall, we like the design of the Mi Max 2, but it's important to remember that a device of this stature is not suitable for everyone. The obvious highlight of the Mi Max 2 is its humongous 6.44-inch LCD display. Its full HD resolution works out a pixel density of 342 ppi, which is not ideal but sufficient. Viewing angles are good, but the maximum brightness level has been reduced for some reason. As such, outdoor visibility isn't a strong point of this display. Most colors and shades appear slightly bluer than intended, but we do have to note that the situation is better than with the original Mi Max, which had an even colder screen. With Mi Max 2, you'll get Xiaomi's custom MIUI 8 skin, which is based on Android Nougat. Yes, it does look a lot like iOS, but we certainly appreciate some of the nifty features on board. However, we're puzzled by the fact that there's no split-screen multitasking on a smartphone this big, and we certainly hope that it will be included at a later point. In terms of performance, you'll find the Snapdragon 625 powering this phablet. It's less powerful than the Snapdragon 652 that was on the first Mi Max, but it's built on a newer 40nm process. This means that demanding games and apps won't run as smoothly on the Mi Max 2, but the handset is more power efficient. As for internal storage, the handset comes in two versions, a 64GB one and one with 128GB of the stuff. Both have a microSD expansion slot and ship with 4GB of RAM. The Mi Max 2 features a single 12-megapixel main sensor. It's capable of capturing some pretty decent photos, even in less than perfect daylight conditions. Exposure levels are generally good, and the color representation seems to be fairly accurate. The camera app is quick to open and shoot, and it has a good selection of modes and filters. As for the 5-megapixel front sensor, it can produce some good selfies, but we would advise turning beauty mode off. It's important to note that the handset is incompatible with the majority of 4G bands in the USA. However, 3G support should be available with AT&T and T-Mobile. If you're living in Europe, make sure that your carrier uses either LTE band 3 or 7, as 20 is not supported. As for connectivity options, the only thing missing from this smartphone is NFC. Otherwise, the hybrid SIM tray allows you to use either two SIM cards or a SIM and microSD card. As far as battery life goes, the Mi Max 2 is an absolute champ. It carries a massive 5300 mAh power cell, and it managed to clock in at 17 hours and 22 minutes in our custom battery test. 2 days between charges is pretty much guaranteed on this device, and with moderate use this number can easily go up to 3 or 4 days. Meanwhile, the stock charger supports Qualcomm Quick Charge 3, which enables the huge battery to go from 0 to 100% in about 2 hours and 15 minutes. All things considered, the Mi Max 2 is a smartphone that simply stands out in the mid-range segment. It certainly isn't for everyone, but it rewards those who can handle its size with a quality build, adequate performance, decent cameras, an exceptional battery life, and great multimedia experience. Yes, it has its flaws, but we're inclined to look the other way, given the fact that the 64GB version can be purchased for less than $300 with delivery and other fees not included. At this price, there aren't many other phones that can compete with Xiaomi's Max package. This was just a quick review of the Xiaomi Mi Max 2. For a closer look, feel free to check out our full article, which can be found in the description below. I'm Plum with Phone Arena, thanks for watching and see you next time.